Yeah, you are muted. That's okay too. We will start now with our guided meditation. I welcome you to bring your body to a resting position and transcend any worries and troubles you may be feeling now. With this next sound, you may gently close your eyes and begin to notice what is present here and now in your current being. With your eyes closed and with the sounds disappearing, all that engagement with seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, physical sensations, and thinking, they all subside and go to a side without distracting you. And also quickly scan your body for an understanding about how much peace and tranquility you may be feeling at the moment. When you are scanning your body, you may start from the crown, the top of your head. Begin to release any tension, any tightness there, and relax. Relax your muscles. And also relax the back of your head. Feel free to change your posture anytime with loving kindness to be supportive of this sitting, to also listen to this body. Now relax your neck, your face. May place a gentle smile on your lips, also relaxing your forehead. And now down to your shoulders. With a deep inhaling, you may bring your shoulders all the way up and drop your shoulders as you breathe out through your mouth or through your nostrils. You may do so a couple of more times to let that relaxation kick in, make room for more tranquility and peace in your body. Before you find the natural rhythm of your breath, also relax your upper back, mid back, and lower back. Then your sitting bones, and then down to your shin bones, together with your knees, and then the ankles, also the soles of your feet, and your toes. You may wiggle Notice what is needed to be done. You are now getting deeply rooted to the ground below, like a tree, ready to be fully blossomed with fragrance and sweetness. You feel more stable, and one more time you may quickly scan your body to move away from any agitations, knowing that you can adjust your posture anytime. You anchor your awareness in your in breath and out breath without trying to look at the breath through your eyeballs, allowing the muscles everywhere, including in front of your eyes, to be relaxed. And you know your awareness can discover the pattern of your in breath and out breath. Notice the breath coming in, breath going out. You may practice the 4 R's, recognizing, releasing, relaxing, and returning every time you feel distracted. And that means you recognize whenever you feel distracted, release the distraction from your attention and relax momentarily your muscles and the brain, or you just have a thought about relaxing the brain, and with that you return to your breath. Takes only a moment. Recognize, release, relax, and return. Tranquilizing each breath along with your body, allowing the body to disappear from your awareness, moving to the radiance of your mind. You now continue to observe your breath, however subtle your breath becomes. Thoughts and distractions are to be treated like dry leaves, blown away by the soft wind. And you notice, but you do not react. Accepting whatever is present, you move toward that radiance, luminosity that is naturally present in your mind. You do so with awareness of your in breath and the out breath. You may slowly come out of your meditation. And feel free to stretch as needed. Now we can look at today's reading. I will share the screen so you can also read. I hope that's not too small print. Um,
I have good reading or glasses, so and I'll
yeah,
try to pull it up a little bit more for me. So it's fine.
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Uh, yeah, so what I have today is a collection of teachings about the past, the present, and the future. How the Buddha looked at these. Virtually, this is about a mind of a developed mind and the way a developed mind look at the past, present, and the future. Or developed mind means an enlightened mind, and to get a sense of it, I think it's best we read it first. Maybe we read it together and then see what grabs our attention in the reading, or what questions come to us as we read. So, past, present, let us begin reading everything that is here. And whenever you come across anything that looks like Pali, you can ignore that and catch up to me as we read. So, let's start. Past, present, and the future. Arañña Sutta, the wilderness, translated from Pali by John D. Ireland, Samyutta Nikaya 1.10. So, thus have I heard, at one time the Lord was staying near Savatthi at Jeta Grove in Anathapindika's monastery. Now, when night was passing, a certain devata, that is a heavenly being, lighting up the whole Jeta Grove with her surpassing beauty, approached the Lord. Having drawn near and prostrated herself, she stood to one side. Standing there, the devata said, "Those living in the forest, peaceful and calm, of pure life, eating but one meal a day, how is it they appear so radiant?" The Lord replied, "They sorrow not for what is past. They have no longing for the future. The present is sufficient for them, hence it is they appear so radiant. By having longing for the future, by sorrowing over what is past, by this fools are withered up as a cut down tender reed." Now then, I have a collection of verses, and the parallels of these are found in many discourses in the canon. So one of the most powerful and popular sets of verses on practice are those taught in a series of texts on one fine night. This is called Bhadveka Ratta Sutta. Um, I will not explain anything. I will continue reading. Atitang Nanva Gameya. Don't run back to the past. Nappati Nappati Kankhe Anagatam. Don't hope for the future. Yadatitang Pahinantang. What is past is left behind. Appatancha anagatam. The future is not arrived. So, mm, let's also read the footnote. A devata or deva is an inhabitant of one of the several heavens. The word means a shining one and is related to the English words deity, divinity, etc. The body of a devata is purer and more subtle than a human being and radiates light. The period before dawn is the usual time for these beings to visit the Buddha, one of whose titles, it should be remembered, is Satta. This is the title for the Buddha. Sattha Deva Manusana, the teacher of gods and men. The other page. Pachuppannancha yang dhammang, and phenomena is in the present, tatta tatta vipassati, are clearly seen in every case. Asanghirang asankuppang, immovable, unshakable, tang vidva manubruhe, knowing this, foster it. Ajjeva kichama tapang, today is the day to do the work. Ko janya maranang suve, who knows, tomorrow may bring death. Nahino sangarang tena, for there is no bargain to be struck. Mahasenena machuna, with death and his mighty hordes. Evang viharang ataping, the peaceful sage explained it is those ahoratta matanditang, who keenly meditate like this, tangve bhaddeka rattoti, not slacking off by night or day, santo achikkate muni, who truly have that one fine night. Okay, so that's the reading for today. What did you like about it? Or what thoughts are there? Or how confused are you with this reading? Uh,
Well, first of all, I don't know. Oh, my picture has come back. I don't know where my picture is. Okay. So I have a few questions actually.
mm-hmm,
What I've taken away over time
mm-hmm,
from joining you on Thursdays is something that I believe very strongly is be in the moment,
mm-hmm,
that it's just a distraction and throws you off track when you just can't appreciate. And even if it's not a good thing, try to learn from it.
mm-hmm.
Easier said than done, but you know what I mean sometimes.
Yeah.
But I was a little and I was a little bit curious when it felt like when I was reading it that don't hope for the future and
Mm,
don't long for the past.
mm,
Now, if I'm looking from a negative framework,
mm,
that makes perfect sense to me.
mm, mm,
But if I'm looking to have a more integrated life in terms of being in the moment,
mm,
but having hope that things will be either different or they'll be interesting,
mm,
sort of as simple as that. And longing for the past,
mm,
I kind of try to look at it, and I don't know, I'm not always successful, but my goal is to appreciate what the past has brought me
mm,
and potentially be sad for people who are no longer sad that people who are no longer with us,
mm,
but trying to again integrate it into where I am now.
mm.
So, did I misinterpret that? Yes, you can
No,
say yes.
well, not necessarily. I can give more context so that
Okay.
we get um, more understanding about where the Buddha is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But before I do that, I like to hear what Judy is thinking about
Yes,
the
me too.
meditation. Yeah. So maybe we all come to uh, understand what we what we all think of and then
Mm.
discuss. Yeah.
The word that really stays with me
Mm-hmm.
is radiant.
Radiant. Right.
I think from the meditation,
Yeah.
we have a turn off all these different
Yeah.
sensations. Look like.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that was the word that stayed with me.
Mm-hmm.
Not emptiness, but stayed,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Luminosity.
Luminosity.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So then I thought that the question of the devata
Mm-hmm.
is how is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's not like wisdom, it's like great, it's like
Yeah.
great,
Right.
right?
Right.
And
Lovely.
Mm.
the idea that it is okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That,
Radiance is
that's okay.
possible. Right. Radiance is possible. That's a very nice way to put it also. Um, so I I can now also bring more context to this discussion that we tend to worry about past. And I think the Buddha is looking at monks um, generally when he's giving these responses. We need to also visualize that monks are also there listening early hours of the day, meditating, or just wanting to learn something from the Buddha so that they feel inspired. But in most cases, these heavenly beings were only visible to the Buddha. And only later that this conversation is revealed to the Buddha's attendant monk Ananda, and then he then can bring it to the monks, and then there is a discussion, and monks don't understand certain things, and then they go back to the Buddha. But in general, let me begin with this little kid's story. Who the kid has to go to the dentist, and he worries. And I think previously he had a bad imagination or bad experience about this dentist experience. So that bad imagination, bad experience before belongs to the past. And now he has to go to the dentist that belongs to the future. And he worries about an event that is yet to come. So he refuses to talk with his mom. He says, Mommy, you don't love me. That is why you are taking me to the dentist. He hurt me. He pricked me last time. So he gets into all these thoughts. And he is taken to the dentist only to find out that that dentist appointment is cancelled. So all that thinking, all that worrying, I think is a waste of time. It darkens us. It adds extra um, burden to the day. And that is the kind of worrying that I think we all do sometimes, relating to a future event, or our mind tends to ruminate over something from the past, and it's like chewing gum. It's like, again and again trying to chew on it and see if there's anything left in it. And most of the time, all it has done is to give no taste to us. And we pour that negativity sometimes toward people that we deal with without us knowing. Um, Especially those people who are dealing with so much anger in their lives. They get angry at home before going to work, and now at workplace they are angry with everybody, not realizing that it all started at a little frustration at home because they spilled coffee on the counter or something, and now they hate themselves and they bring that toward someone who didn't actually start that in the first place. So that idea about the past and future, they have big psychological lessons to us also. That anything to deal with the future produces anxiety in us and takes away the energy that it takes to prepare for a future event. Like giving a presentation, for example, can produce anxiety only if you are thinking about it, worrying about it. If you instead use that energy to prepare, and you know what you say in the beginning, you know what you say in the middle, you know what you say in the end, at least you have used that energy in a productive way. So it has not occupied your mind so much to produce so much anxiety. There's more confidence generated. Um, the past incidents can bring some depression to someone's mind and get overoccupied with things unnecessarily, not knowing that it is happening to us. And it affects how fast we speak, how fast we walk, how fast we eat. Basic things that we do in, just we tend to take these things for granted, and without us realizing, we have spoken with someone so fast. We have ended that conversation without some mindfulness, and then there is that regret, resentment, and some wanting to correct that. But this is us being humans, really. we can't we can completely be perfect in all the times because we aren't only meditating and sitting in a cushion and doing nothing. It's wonderful to be able to do that, but sometimes we have to do some official stuff. So that can add into the day's burden, or it depends on how you want to take it. But I think the philosophy behind this, if we simplify this, is that when we think about the past, we think about it now. When we think about the future, we think about it now. So all we have is now. It's just that. Realizing that to me was, so helpful. Some days when I was meditating, oh, this is that. We can bring a past to the present and worry about it, or we can just see the insight of it, that one thing led to another, and then whatever we felt, and it disappears when those conditions disappear. So there is no need to react to it now, or no need to worry about it too much now. Let it pass and accept the fact that it is part of ours, it's our being, and we can just let things be, and it will disappear when it is time for it to disappear. Because we can also, of course, try to push it away and say, I don't want to think about it now, or cry about it. These are normal human reactions, and it's completely fine to react that way. But can we instead notice and let things be and let things go? So, in other words, it's teaching about the non-self nature of all these things, that no one is putting them to us. They just come when we think about them, and then they disappear when we don't really feed them so much. So that makes us more relaxed, um, more more at peace with our past. Of course, we all have made mistakes in the past, right? And we don't even meet those people anymore to to but we can also blame us or project things toward other people, and be worried about this, thinking that I'm a horrible person. It's okay to be conscious about them, but also it's not necessary to uh, bring up any, for a lack of a better way to say it, bad blood into our system, to infuse that through our hearts and get frustrated or try to smash on walls and release that energy into something. Some people react that way. They smash things, destroy things, and try to take revenge from, or try to hold grudges in their hearts. And when they have power, they try to exercise it on innocent people who don't deserve that kind of punishment. So kings tend to do that. When they were small, they went through some troubles, and now they are powerful and they want to take revenge. So I think the Buddha, he abandoned all these ways of living. He abandoned punishment. He abandoned going to war. He thought that's not the only way to live this life. There are many different ways to look at everything and broaden our understanding and live a life of peace, life of cultivating harmony. And that gave him that radiance. And everywhere he went, he was radiant. People came to see him. They looked at him as a divine being. This must be God. This must be, he must be so special. People offered things to him because of that. They felt like I should do something. Now this person is right in front of me. I should do something. I should make a connection with this person. So I look at these teachings with that kind of understanding, and how monks sometimes, this one last thing, monks sometimes want to think, where will I be born in the future? Or where did I come from? Was I this? Was I that? So people get into this thinking. The Buddha discouraged that kind of thinking. If it is revealed to you, you discover it. If not, just don't think about it too much. Because believing in every thought that comes to our mind is also not necessary. They come, they go. Okay, I hope that helped. Anything you want to?
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have learned over time also that these difficult feelings, whether it's anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
anger, trauma,
Mm-hmm.
they do live in the body.
Yeah,
And you can't just say, I'm going to tune that off.
no.
And so one of the things I think about looking at reading is how, just like you can't turn your mind off,
Mm-hmm.
the only way to get that
Mm-hmm.
is
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
it's not like you can just say, I'm not going to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can use my experience that sometimes there are hard feelings like that.
Yeah,
I can bring some
yeah, yeah, yeah.
would you
Absolutely. I think that's very important to say here, that we people are complex beings, and hard emotions are felt in our stomach, in our heart, in our body, and they are very important parts of us. And at the same time, instead of pushing it away, we can lovingly hold it and compassionately. If that compassion and loving kindness we try to give away does not include us, it's not complete. That's how I look at it too. We need to definitely give that to our own self and acknowledge the presence of these strong emotions or feelings or whatever each individual label them as, and give that to themselves. And that also means pausing a little bit, making a cup of tea for yourself, changing your behaviors to healthy ones, and also living with people who are supportive of your mental health. Yeah. Or if it means changing completely the environment where you live, doing that exactly, because what is important is to protect yourself and give that to you, right? Thank you, Judy, for bringing that up. Yeah. Okay. Anything from your side, Daniel?
No, this was all very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you
Let's
both.
share merits, and then that will be it. So the other group is able to come and
At the
settle.
door. Okay.
Let's bring our palms together and share merits. May the suffering ones be suffering free and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power share this merit of ours. May they long protect the teaching. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so it's raining here. I'm not sure if it is raining where you are. And have a wonderful evening. See you next time whenever you can make it.
Okay. Thank you. And nice to meet you, Judy.